You want to get started?
Yes.
Do you want to say something? I could say something.
All right, thank you guys for coming. As you guys know, CrowdStrike is here. Thank you guys for coming. And with pizza, after they'll do their introductions, so I'll let Taylor just take it away.
So hi everyone, my name is Taylor Judd. I am not with CrowdStrike, unfortunately. My name is Taylor. I'm with Technology Services. You've probably heard of us on campus. I am the acting director of information security. So we partner with CrowdStrike for our EDR solution on campus. So we use them for forensics, we use them for response, we use them for discovery, we use them for threat hunting, all the fun stuff that they're going to talk about today. I'm here now just kind of as support to introduce myself, to say hi to all of you. If any of you are ever interested in jobs or internships and interested in security, feel free to reach out to me. We're always looking for qualified folks here on campus in our student program. But with that, I'm going to hand it over to our partners at CrowdStrike to lead you through who they are, what they do, and a little bit of a demo today. So Zach.
Hi everyone, Zach Kloss with CrowdStrike. Such an honor to be here tonight. Incredible organization that you all have here. Myself and Kelly, we're the account team responsible for selling CrowdStrike technology directly to the University of Illinois. So we have a pretty fun agenda. Feel free to kind of get up and grab pizza right now as we run through the agenda. But we're going to talk a little bit about some career advice, what life in cybersecurity is like. Kelly is going to do an intro. Get pizza, yeah.
3 squares.
If you're grabbing pizza, just grab your pizza from like this line here, and then come around the back area into the wheelchair route, and then go back into your seats that way. So that way we're not all trying to crowd this single space here. Yeah.
We could just wait. Yeah, give them a few minutes. I'm sure some of them are here for you. It's not only the
It's most of the pizza. Thursday night. Yeah, I'm basically
the university, that's all one thing that we're still competing.
That was like
Yep. And and you guys have it. Okay, back to that. That's it. You know, as more companies kind of push that on having costs, they have for him, it was 100%. Like he's like, I don't know much my work life balance. Dude,
Yeah.
Oh, it is. This kid was only translated. How they make me come back.
So now they're getting it.
I forget it. I do know what it's like. Yes, I know. Just, you know.
Oh, I'm more proud of you.
One more round.
Hoping 2 more years.
Yeah.
Another CrowdStrike would be nice.
Yes, I do not. I know, right?
I was 9.
Oh, okay.
I was 9 when
Oh, you're right.
there, in my class, 1,000 person, they found out.
I remember those.
The DB. Even monsters, but it's saying,
All right.
Yeah.
They broke it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And you that.
You do a pretty good job of keeping it really strong. I'm saying this is the organization that's responsible for keeping it really strong.
Yeah, these are.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no, that was massive.
They still like each one of these rooms is about
Pretty good.
Does everyone have their pizza? All right, let's roll. So in terms of an agenda tonight, we're going to do a little career advice about options, internships available specifically at CrowdStrike, and Kelly and I's experience working for a cybersecurity manufacturer. Then Kelly's going to go right into our actual CrowdStrike Falcon product and give everyone a quick tutorial. And then we're going to get really technical and hands-on. So we're going to use a demo platform we have called Falcon Encounter, and we're going to have a 30-minute time threat hunting competition to see who can respond the fastest. And then if anyone wants to stick around for any one-on-one networking right after the fact, feel free to grab us right at the end. So before we dive into the actual content, if everyone could go to this URL and log in, there will be a registration page. You're going to have to blindly accept our terms and conditions and create a user profile. And then when we finish the tutorial, we will start the game, and that's when the 30-minute timer will start. And then Kelly and I will be available to run through the room, answer any questions in terms of navigating and logistics. So, just one more time, does anyone raise their hand if they don't have the URL or the code? All right. Falcon events. All right, so if any of you being students here at University of Illinois have an interest in a CrowdStrike internships, we have opportunities in the following fields: intelligence, Falcon Complete, professional services, engineering, data science, IT, customer success, sales development, marketing, finance, HR. I want to call a couple out here that might be really interesting. So obviously there's a variety of career paths within cyber. The Falcon Complete team, you may not know what that means. We offer a managed detection and response service. So these are people that are combating the adversary every day on behalf of our customers. Super, super cool team, one of the fastest growing segments within CrowdStrike. These are people that are working on our customers' behalf to go in and actually hands-on remediate machines that actual adversaries are breaking into. Awesome team to consider. CrowdStrike Falcon Intelligence, we're going to highlight in the exercise tonight, one of the core founding pillars of our company. Awesome way to think about it. And then in terms of engineering and sales, Kelly and I will give kind of a brief synopsis of what our day-to-day is like, if that's ever of interest. But
One more. Another one, if you're into big data and managing IT infrastructure, the IT one is, we hold one of the largest databases. We are Amazon's second largest customer next to Netflix. So if you think about managing IT and large databases, data lakes, the amount of data that we handle like 1.6 trillion events per week. So if you're interested in IT and you want to get into managing the data on the back end, that would be another one that would be very interesting.
right, so how did Zach and Kelly get started in their career in cyber, and what does my day-to-day look like? So as I mentioned, I'm responsible for representing CrowdStrike in terms of an account manager to different accounts here in the Midwest. So my day-to-day responsibilities in terms of understanding the product from a technical standpoint, going in, evangelizing what our value proposition is, seeing if that aligns to organizations' goals, needs, objectives, and then working with someone like Kelly, who's the real brains behind the operation, and highlight the features, functionality of the product. I'll tell you what, it's a very rewarding career from a financial standpoint. It is an absolute grind. At times, you're getting calls at 8 p.m. on a Saturday when your customers get hit with ransomware.
Well, not with ransomware.
Yeah.
You got, yeah.
All for other reasons.
But it's really fun. It's super rewarding. At the end of the day, Kelly and I firmly believe in the technology we represent. We're one of the leading cybersecurity vendors in the market today, and it's not an apology tour. We're not going around talking about why our technology sucks or how bad our support is. Yeah. It's really fun to know that you're going in, selling a technology to an organization that is helping protect them from something that could cause major disruption to their business. So that's what my day-to-day is like. Ellie, I'll hand it over to you.
So mine's a little bit different, but Zach and I work as a team. I actually have two other sellers that I work for as well. So my day calendar is very full from day to day. Lots of calls, lots of meetings, and eventually sometimes you work late into the night like today. But actually I have probably the funnest job because I get to help people like Taylor help secure their environment. So it's not about, yes, we are sellers, that is true, but I get to have fun in the technology. I get to do simulated attacks. I get to show customers like, look, this is what you will get if you go with this type of a solution. And you can see firsthand what the benefits are for your organization. That's probably the number one thing that I enjoy the most is helping folks like Taylor secure their environment. So
Sure. I'll add here that we've had within the cybersecurity team here at the University of Illinois, we've been a partner with CrowdStrike now for 5 years-ish. And along with that partnership, it's been fascinating seeing their technology evolve. And I wanted to invite them specifically here to work with all of you guys because they are a company that is well regarded and should be looked at as a partner. I can say this not only as being a customer of theirs, but there's actually been a few folks from our organization from within either NCSA or within technology services that have actually gone and worked for CrowdStrike after working here at the university or being interns or otherwise being there. So this is a good example of, as Zach was alluding to, as Kelly was alluding to, really interesting careers, especially as you guys think about what is your next step, what do you want to do. They have a lot of really interesting opportunities, whether it's threat hunting, IT management, EDR defense, a lot of the stuff that we wake up in the middle of the night to be engaged in. This is what they do.
Thanks, Taylor. If everyone could take out their cell phone or feel free to, and I'm happy to share a PDF copy of this deck after the fact. Here's a really great way to sign up for CrowdStrike's talent community. It's a monthly newsletter that will have monthly updates in terms of internships and early career opportunities. Would highly encourage you to sign up for this newsletter. Again, amazing internships available. So in terms of the kind of the core highlights of what our internship program looks like, I'm not going to read the slide, but you get the general gist. It's an 8 to 12 week internship. We have assigned mentors, and it's a really great way, from what I've heard indirectly at CrowdStrike, to interact with some of the executives and co-founders of the company. So direct access to the engineering teams that are developing the product, the teams that are responsible for working with our customers day to day. Again, could not encourage you enough, if you're interested in a career in cyber, we're one of the few select vendors out there today that would definitely be worth considering. So I got this slide directly from our internship team. All of our jobs postings are on Triple Match Handshake and our company careers site, which is crowdstrike.jobs. Technical roles are posted in the fall, and then we'll have the non-tech roles in late fall and early winter. And if you want to email someone specifically, you can go to university.recruiting@crowdstrike.com, which will be very similar to what you'll get in that monthly newsletter, where you can sign up, create a profile, etc. So we're going to do a strategic pause here before we give a quick demo of the CrowdStrike Falcon product to see if there's any questions for myself, Ellie, or Taylor. Pizza, is that good? All right. Well, let's roll, Kelly.
The fun stuff. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to give you a brief intro into the platform. So when you get into the simulation, it's actually a little bit easier to navigate because it can be kind of a little bit overwhelming. It is all web-based. So when you get in, you pull up the console, you guys will be in the console, you'll be looking at data. And so I'm going to give you kind of a brief run through, kind of how to navigate. I'm not going to give answers away, but I will kind of give you a little allude to where you will want to start. And then, and we'll go through the details on it. And there'll be, if you're not that familiar with this, or this is brand new to you, We do have hints that we will give along the way. So about every 5 minutes or so, we'll give you a new hint to move you to the next phase. So I encourage everybody to play along because it is actually pretty cool. One of the things that Zach mentioned earlier is the intel side of things. And this game focuses around the intel information that we have within the platform. And so we're actually going to focus on one specific adversary that we track called Mummy Spider. And so we will look for that. That's one of their first clues. But this is our platform UI. So when you log in, this is what you will get. So you'll see this, you'll click in it, you'll get this kind of a view. Yours might look a little bit different inside the encounter experience, but the menu is over here. When you navigate, you'll get a menu on this left side, and you can start, and actually you will start with, and Zach's screen is a little small for me, but let's see where we're at here. You're going to start in this area, the counter adversary operations component, and that's where you'll find adversaries that we track. So that'll be the starting point. You're also going to want to pay attention to some other things like this global search function up here. So you will leverage and use that inside the tool. Then you'll notice some other things around the product, like if you go into certain areas, you'll notice like an information pane will pop up on the right. You'll want to pay attention to that. But mostly what you're going to navigate through is this left menu and this search options. Any questions on that? No. Okay. So Zach, I'm going to let you. I'm going to let them find the detections on their own.
All right.
So, well, okay, I guess I could kind of allude to it. You'll want to pay close attention to not just the adversaries that we have down below here, but under the security component, there is also something called endpoint detections, and you'll use the updated one. The link will bring you there. But as you start to hunt through this and you're looking for information, that's going to be a key area that you're going to be looking in. So, okay, that's all I'm going to give.
Thanks, Kelly. Last strategic pause before we get started. Anyone having trouble getting into? All right, awesome.
Did you go back to the signage?
Yep. Again, there is the URL and the code to get in.
Good.
Everyone else is in? All right.
It is a contest, so speed is of the essence.
So feel free to read the screen. I'm going to read this out loud. So as you're getting finalized and set up, we'll get going. So the background is you've recently received an intel report alerting you to an increased criminal activity in your industry, an e-crime actor known as Mummy Spider. So we give all of our threat adversaries that we track a cryptonym. So Mummy Spider happens to be one of those. Has been observed using a combination of malware and AWS security groups to gain access and carry out their objective. Using the intelligence actor profile that Kelly just highlighted, Page of Falcon, investigate your environment for any indication that Mummy Spider has breached your network. Follow the investigation and clues left behind to identify the affected hosts and security gaps. So, starting with the actor profile page for Mummy Spider, use the Falcon console to use the clues leading to a suspicious network port. Then use Falcon's Discover Cloud Container Workloads for AWS to identify the security group.
So to simplify, the clue is there is a machine that has been attacked inside this environment, and there is an active port on that machine that they're using for persistence, and that's what you need to find. So it'll walk you through, the clues will walk you through that. Start again.
All right. It is 6:28, so we will finish 2 minutes before 7. Everyone ready to go? 3, 2, 1, go.
And if you get stopped, raise your hand and I'll come and help you guys. No.
Guys, what have you, Zach?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Man.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Well, Matt, glad to see you personally. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah.
We talked, on the.
Go back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do.
You're on this.
Yeah.
Click on the app.
So. We might. Go back to the.
Yeah, this is the thing you're all on.
So we are in the process.
There's no way to.
We look on our.
We got to hear, but not. Well, it opens up another tab, so.
Yeah.
Any questions, raise your hand. What's the answer? I will, 30 minutes, yeah. Are you in it?
So I've never like even heard of it. So like, I don't think I know that. There's only a sock that so I don't I heard certificated for West. So yeah, I was so
That's the actual.
both of these are reception. I looked at it first.
Yeah, this is easy related to that. This guy's in small. You're searching for more.
We're actually like.
Hey, Zach. I have one student searching Splunk for ports. I'm hoping he wins, but I don't know. Yeah.
This is yeah, it looks not bad. Just like I've never. Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
The game is designed to walk you through a series. So that's how you'll find the adversary, you'll find the detection, you'll look there, and then you're gonna.
So like moving at the same as the media.
Started an adversary page. So if you go to Mom's Spider and you pull up that page. Okay, there's a clue on the screen. So if you're not sure where to start, you'll go to the, well, it used to be intelligence, now it's called the adversary.
Counter adversary.
Yeah, counter adversary, thank you. And you'll find all the actors listed. You will do a search for actors, search for Mummy Spider, and you will find their page. Click on that actor, and it will give you a background information on that adversary. Once you click on that, you will see a detection in there. That's going to be your area of focus for the first clue. Sometimes it works. Zach, what was the event number again? The little cover. H. Okay. Yeah. That ain't gonna do it. Yeah. So it's not, it's a demo fire. It's not gonna. It's not gonna be on the. Well, that's it, part of the thing. Yeah, we're not a real. So. Yeah. Yeah, we're scanning. Yeah. Anyone else is trying to force scan that machine, it's not gonna work. It's not really. Okay, you get another clue yet? Not yet.
Yeah.
Clue number 2. Under the execution details, on the right-hand side, find the command line information. This is the command line that was actually executed. And you'll notice there was an investigate the username. Yes. Oh, Mike, sorry. So, under the execution details of that detection, you will notice a command line. And you will want to look and investigate the username. One of the things that Falcon does is it pulls all this information from machines. Username is one of those details that we pull. And so you will notice that there is a user called win.duffy. So he is the victim, if you will. And you'll want to do a universal search. At the top of your page, you'll see the search bar for the Falcon UI. And you'll actually just search for Win Duffy in there. I love the virus from 1990. I'm thanks to that. That's the time. Yes. I still have it. Any questions? Everybody find Win Duffy? Okay. Thanks for. Yeah. There'll be another clue here shortly. I did this twice, but I kind of forgot the next time. So.
I'm just excited to see.
Yeah. When you search for Win Duffy, it's going to bring up a page of a bunch of items inside there. And what you'll want to focus on is there'll be like an area in there say show detections for all the detections for Win Duffy. And it'll bring you back to the detections page, all of the Win Duffy detections. So, and that'll give you the clue or the hint of which machine is affected. Because you need to understand what the machine is before you can find what the port is. Clue number 3. So once you're in the detections, you'll see a list. There is a detection on a second system, not just Duffy's machine, but a second system called FA2023. You'll want to click on the custom intelligence indicator. So, in that information pane on the right-hand side, when you click on that second machine or the second detection, you will see an information pane on the right. And in that information pane, there will be a section called custom intelligence indicator. And inside there, you will see information of what we gathered and why we detected it. Questions? Lose everybody? Is everybody caught up so far? Raise your hand. If you're up to clue 3, raise your hand.
Or I think some people have actually solved it.
Somebody already solved the port? Oh, well, if you solve the port, you will put the port number in that, the other tab where it'll say enter your answer here, submit your answer. And that'll stack rank you on whoever enters it first. But if you know the port, go back to the entry page where you came into the game and put in the port number there and hit submit.
I think the leaderboard's not up to date.
I think you're probably right. Yeah, if you guys already hit it, yeah, it's not up to date. Yeah. There we go. So, okay, yep, we have found people who. So if you just allowed it to choose your name for you, it gave you an adversary name like Sleepy Leopard and Mustang Spider and Fancy Jackal. But if you put your own name in there, it would have showed up, but that's okay.
Who's Sleepy Leopard?
Spicy Pete, so. You got it wrong. You keep trying, no?
Oh, yeah, I got it wrong.
You have 3 tries to submit an answer.
How do I know if I got it?
Well, in the leaderboard, it had a red X by, I'm assuming that. What was your port number? What port number did you get?
Unique. I think
I think you're right. Okay, ignore the red check mark. That was wrong. No, you were right. You got it. You had it right. The only reason why I know Okay, clue number 4. This new detection includes a quarantined file, an executable. And it was analyzed by Falcon. In the detection comments, you will see the sandbox report. And then once you open the sandbox report, you will find the area there. You will see the actual port number inside. Show you. Any questions?
Seems like more complicated than
I had a guy doing port scanning. I had another kid doing full Splunk queries. So, yeah.
just click around a couple spots.
That's really, I mean, the clues they're capitalized. It tells you what the clue is. So it's actually not that hard. It is a little difficult if you don't know the user interface, because a lot kind of goes. Oh, yeah, the main URL. Or that. No, because once you go into that thing, so it'll have a detector there, it'll have a file. You'll literally say this is. Oh, yeah. Okay. If you're finished and you already got an answer, you posted it, have fun to poke around and look at different things. You can check out the adversaries, are kind of cool to look at. To give you a little bit of background on the adversaries, if it is a bear adversary, they are from Russia. So if it is a panda, it is from China. And if it is a kitten, it is from Iran. And if it is, I think, a Kalima, which is a fabled winged horse, it's from North Korea. And then if it's a spider, that's an equine activist or basically it's a equine group. And then jackals are. That's a great question. I actually have a customer ask me like, where's the American groups? As far as I know, we don't track any from Americans. We don't have an eagle, but that would be probably the one I would use. And if you look at other security tools, they'll do like, okay, this adversary group is HP96, whatever. So we had a graphic artist internally that was doodling on a napkin, and he doodled Fancy Bear. And one of the managers said, "Oh, I just playing around." That guy had a new job, so he drew all of those characters. Interesting story. Yeah.
We should make that a new internship, like,
Yeah. An adversary group. Well, actually, that brings up a good point. So if you want to do ethical hacking would be okay, right? But the other side of the coin might not be so bountiful, I guess. Well, maybe it is. I
but
don't
we
know.
still don't have a listing for SA, do we?
For what? No. All right. So we have 12 minutes. Is everybody finished? If you're not finished, raise your hand. Yeah, we have a couple still working, so we're gonna let them work. That's fine.
There's a couple of guys still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to put a certain.
Different data structure in the back end, but all the stuff, and that is redeveloping a lot of it in the back end. It's long back end, and we're going to our own log scale, which is and so it really depends on the data, how we do it. So when we go to our own back end, it will change the UI, but that also very far behind now the data is open source tools to develop it. Maybe. Well, I've heard analysis is a free tool that you can purchase. So there's probably some parts of the code that might be, but they typically don't. They don't. It's all. And I'm not. This is the first time. Yeah, it's the first time. Wrong. So you're our guinea pig.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly what the UI looks like, and everyone will have access to this for another day. So if you want to play around, investigate the entire UI, you'll have another 24 hours. And Taylor's going to kill me for saying that.
No, it's totally fine. As you guys are working, I was actually logged into our interface because I heard some people were port scanning and doing some other things. So I was actually seeing if anything triggered in our enterprise version of this. I actually had to warn our incident response team, and I'll say this, if any of you guys are playing on our network, please let us know ahead of time. I don't know if we've ever banned any of you. Okay. Again, we're always trying to look for things. We're looking for real threat actors. We are looking for things going on. We encourage you to play. We're here to support you in your learning and your development. So please do keep playing. If you guys run into things, don't hesitate to reach out to us. security@illinois.edu. I did warn our IR team tonight that this event was going on, so hopefully this won't cause any problems. If it does, then mention me, Taylor Judd, TJ Judd at illinois.edu, and I'll apologize to you later.
This is one of my favorite. I'm the one Our asset. And so this will actually be a picture of all that machine fits in this environment. Always stuff in it. We've all maybe they use them all in there. That's one of my favorite pieces. Yeah, it was very cool. But for those who have finished, if you want to see something very cool, go to the Falcon menu, to the upper left corner, the three the answer. Oh, I can show it here, yeah, I could, yeah. So you can follow along. I'm going to show you this. Where's the UI at? There it is. So if you go to the UI and you're going to click on exposure management, and then you're going to click on managed assets. Now mine's going to be different because I'm in a different environment, but in the managed assets, you're going to get a list of all the machines in there. Hang on a second. And click on FSH2. I think you'll have it in here. And once you click on that machine, just click on it like this, and you'll click on the three dots over on the right. Or if you click on it, you can just hit see full details of that machine. And then you'll click on asset graph. I'm a visual person, so this really helps me when I'm looking for things and I'm hunting on a specific machine. Now, I don't know if this machine here has any data behind it, but the FSH in your environment will. It'll have connections. It'll show you which machines it's going to, which network ports it's going to, and all sorts of stuff. So it's actually pretty cool if you check it out. Actually, go ahead and click off of that Zach post. Yeah, this one doesn't have any data, but in your environment, if you click on FSH2, it will have a bunch of data. Pretty cool. That's one of my favorite features of this cover, which is one of mine.
Is there more questions to just the first one?
That's it. One question. Easy exam.
Okay.
So, how much time we got left on that?
7 minutes.
Is anybody else still working?
Couple more.
Folks. Yep.
There's no way that
Oh, wait, but probably saw someone else uses it.
Hey, Zach, can you put the clues back up again?
Which clue do you need, Kelly?
None of those here.
5 or 6. So 5. That's all right.
Anyone who does it.
Like 10,
Actually, into a public school is when we're around like that 3-minute mark, you could give a walkthrough of the intended solution. Maybe just like all the buttons I would select to get started. I don't know. Yeah. Because I'm looking at all this and my method was like much simpler. Yeah. So I'm realizing it would have taken some people much longer to possibly spend. Yeah.
You know, I
anybody else not getting the answer? Guys, good. Okay. Zach, I think we're good to close it out.
All right, so who did it in 22 seconds?
22 seconds.
It logged me out, and if it didn't count, but I skipped that like that.
Oh, that's a second login. I see how you.
Well, it's a group, they gotta hack the way.
Okay. So 12 minutes, it looks like is the actual winner. Mustang Spider. Everybody remember their code name? Who was Mustang Spider? Anybody?
Not spicy key.
Spicy is over here. Yeah, so, all right, so you want to ref?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, let me,
Open the console.
because then probably log into the other one.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Yes, there was a, yeah. Go back.
There you go.
Yep, there you go.
You might just have to go through and.
Just put your name in there.
Make it.
What's up? Yeah. Well, quick show of hands. How many like this exercise? If you didn't use it, that's okay, I guess, but not many people like it. Did I get that right? Or was it fun? Was it, I mean, it's something different, we didn't want to do. Good. We have limited orders internally for this kind of stuff, but there are a couple other games. This one was, we felt this one was pretty close. Yeah. Like struck on the. I don't Taylor will want me to share this. We had a contest between you and I. And you was that. And that won the. Yeah, it was a hard hunt too. It was Linux queries. It was a tough one.
Have you got a nice Captain America shield?
They got a really nice shield out of it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Zach, did you want to put a full invite up or? You guys won by a hair too. Like you both had the same answer, but you guys got it quickly.
There's public right now.
But in fairness, I mean, both set the team were phenomenal when they did.
It was a fun event. It was a fun event.
So I'm gonna hand it over to Zach.
It's not strange thing. It's.
Well, thank you all so much for joining. If we ever get invited back, we will order double the pizza. So apologies, it was a little light, but sincerely, thank you for having us. I know we're right about 7 o'clock. Kelly and I will be around for a few more minutes if you want to come chat with us. We have business cards, a couple notebooks for a few of you, but again, wonderful organization. Best of luck to all of you in your internship seeking job careers. I wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of the semester.
Mm.